Hey, I'm Eric Clark, and I'm standing right now where Creative Church began. We started in this hotel conference room back in January of 2011. Many of you helped us financially, and we only started with about 16 or 20 people. That dwindled to 10 to 8 to 6. I remember one Sunday there was just myself, Lindsay, and our two boys. My daughter wasn't even born yet. And from that meager, short supply beginning, we went from there to another facility that is about 10 miles from here, where we grew to 150, 160 people. I'll take you there in just a moment. But I wanted to take you back to the place where it all began for us, where our dreams took wings here. Really, I was more of a preacher than a pastor, but you know, God changed my heart. And He turned me and shaped me and created inside of my heart a love and a desire to lead people as a shepherd way beyond what I thought was ever even possible in my life. I wanted to thank you, those of you who stood with me over the years, the 15 years next month that I'll be in ministry. I wanted to say thank you to Eric Clark Ministry Partners, to Creative Church supporters. People were saved in this little hotel room right here. It was an incredible season of our life. For a year we spent in this building, this room we're standing in right now. We would do kids ministry right here, and there was a cubicle wall behind me. And on the other side of that cubicle wall, we had our main sanctuary. Can you imagine, on literally one side of this little room that won't hold but about 80 people was the main sanctuary, and you could drop your kids off and still hear those children the entirety of the service. It was informal, it was a little bit unorthodox, but it was in order. It was the plan of God. I believe God sent Lindsay and Eric Clark to this region, and we're excited about the kingdom of God advancing from Savannah, Hilton Head, Buford, Bluffton. I believe God's given us every place the soles of our feet do tread. We're looking to plant churches in Charleston, Savannah, Columbia, and all across the Southeast, maybe the West Coast as well. So thank you. I wanted to share today some incredible news with you. I really wanted to tell you this in person. Of course, with technology, we can reach out and share with you the powerful news that God's doing. It's a miracle. God has given Creative Church a miracle. I want to show you today, we went from this conference room, and I want to show you part 2 and stage 2 of where we went. We've been where we are now for about 4 years. God has blessed us. What memories I have in this little room. This is where God really put us through the desert and trained us on how to reach out to people. I want to say thank you. I've been in ministry next month, 15 years. Those of you that have stood with me, I cannot say thank you enough. You're the reason we're here. This past Easter, we had over 165 people, and to God be the glory. We have seen hundreds saved. Well, Pastor Eric, where'd they go? It's a transit area. People come to vacation here. A lot of people got saved in these altars, and they're not from here. They went other places. But this is a soul-winning station. I love you. God bless you. Hey, don't go anywhere. I want to show you part 2 of Creative Church. Hey, it's Pastor Eric again. I'm standing at 290 New River Parkway, which is our current location. I remember in the late fall, early winter of 2011, coming into this building. I was everything in a sense. The janitor, the preacher, the pastor, the whatever, you name it. My wife and I, we kind of did everything. And I remember the first service here, we had about 40 people. We didn't have a worship team. We didn't even have screens to worship to back then. We had an iPod with just worship music on it that I ran from the corner of this 18,000 square foot facility. It was crazy. We had about 40 people, and I remember through the seasons, different people would come and different people would go. But it seemed like over the course of those 4 to 5 years, we found our people. And it was like the kingdom of God began to take shape. And I remember plenty of Monday mornings, my heart would ache, and other Monday mornings, my heart would leap, because I felt like we had gained some traction as a church. Now Creative Church is well over 150 people strong. Our kids ministry is out of room. And the good thing is that we have a good problem in the sanctuary, and it's getting tight. We're out of room here. I wanted to take you to the very in and now, the present moment of where we are as a church. And in this location, share with you some news that I feel like those of you around the world and around the States are really going to want to hear. That is that for the last 4.5 years, God has favored us in this rather large building for $1,500 a month is all we've paid in lease. God gave us favor with the owner and the realtor, and we've had no issues, and God has really put His body on the map in the Low Country at Creative Church. Now, having said that, there's another company that's coming in. They want to long-term lease the property, and that puts us in a good type of corner and situation. But God is a God of miracles, and while we thought we didn't have anywhere to go and we perhaps would even have to cohabitate with the entity that was coming into this building. Now get this, it's a counseling firm. It's a behavioral mental health business that's coming in and counseling firm. So it's a good thing. It's not a bar, it's a good thing. But we don't want to cohabitate. We want our own place. And we believe there's power in place. If you don't believe that, why does God say, my blessing is upon my people? The blessing flows from Mount Zion. Those connected shall be blessed. So I believe in the power of place. So God has given us our own place. We're going to absolutely announce to you today, I want you to share this video, that we potentially could acquire within the next 9 months 13 acres with 3 main buildings on the property, one of which is a gym that's about 45,000 square feet on that. We've got to renovate. We've got things to do. We've got less than a year to do it. This is not negative news. This is positive news. We're ecstatic. As a body of believers, we have phenomenal momentum right now. So I wanted to share with ministry partners across the world what God is doing. We want to go into that building. We want to live stream. We want to renovate a little bit. We want to make it par excellent. And we want to give God the glory. And we're going to give you the opportunity to help us do that. Don't send us your tithe. Please don't do that. But as God leads you, out of your supply, we're going to need you. We need several $100,000 to make this project happen. And we're going to look around the world for God to speak to people like you to help us. I thank Eric Clark Ministry Partners. I thank the members in the body of Creative Church. If you're looking for a place to sow, don't look any further. God bless you. I want to take you to stage 3. You've got to see this property. And I want to give you more details. Stay with me, okay? This is Pastor Eric Clark, and I'm literally standing inside of a miracle right now. I took you to stage 1 and stage 2 and showed you where Creative Church was born, where we came from. We're in a miracle season right now, and I wanted to give you the first-hand look at the future of Creative Church. I stand right now in a 40,000 square foot facility, a gym here that's fully functional, that Creative Church is looking to convert into our sanctuary. Let me give you a little bit of information about this property. It's 13 and a half acres. In a good market, it retails for about $825,000. We can get this property for a little more than half of that. It's an incredible deal. It's an incredible situation that has really fell into our hands and our laps. And God, I believe, has positioned us to take the land and really move forward. Now, we've already looked at a lease, a 6 to 9 month lease on this property. That gives us about 9 months. We don't want to just lease this property. We want to go ahead and purchase this property. It has 3 separate buildings. It was a fully functioning ministry and school. But let me tell you more importantly about the spiritual history of this building right here. Back in the 90s, the Brownsville Revival changed the world. And every Monday night, thousands of people would pack into this gym to be saved, healed, delivered, you name it. And it was an incredible spiritual well that was dug here by the ministry here and the revival that sprang out of Florida. Now, I tell you that because you know Lindsay, many of you know that my wife Lindsay was a student there at Brownsville, and that's actually where we met at a service there. So the spiritual history of this place is absolutely incredible. It's mind-boggling, the variables of connective tissue that are involved in this situation. So we stand on the spiritual wells that have already been dug before, and we believe God has sent us here to redig those wells. This facility, this campus, has 3 different buildings, a kids ministry that's twice the size of our current facility, another separate building that's about 6,000 square feet that's almost fully functional, needs a little bit of construction. But we want to focus on the gym primarily because we feel like that's where our sanctuary will be housed. Right here, you can seat about 1,000 or 1,500 people in this gym. And we're just excited. We believe the first Sunday in this gym is going to probably bring 500 to 600 people to that first service. We're going to launch that service on September the 6th. We need you to be praying for us. We've got a lot of work to do and a short time to do it. The good news is we've got a lot of hands and a lot of willing vessels. I've never seen our church more mobilized, more in unity, and have more momentum than we do right now. We've got momentum moving into this season. We're going to have we have a work day planned actually today. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. We have a lot to accomplish. There are no air units here. We have to replace the electrical. These are expenses we have to deal with as we move into this property. We're going to be redesigning the stage. You'll see that behind me. And we spent last night and last week and today and next week, we're going to be doing total renovation. Renovation's probably $100,000 moderately on this property. So we need your help. Eric Clark Ministry Partners, I'm reaching out to you. We need your help. From Virginia to California, we need your help in this situation. Would you prayerfully consider helping us? There's a link below the video. It's easy type. I wanted to personally come in today and give you the 4-in-1. There's construction crews here right now working as we film this video. So that's where we are, 13 and a half acres, a beautiful campus, ball fields, you name it. It is an ideal situation for our church. We've outgrown where we are, and we're looking for you to help us. Listen, this thing is real. There is spiritual significance to it, and we believe God has positioned us for such a time as this. And would you partner with us and make this more than a venture, more than an idea, but make it a reality? Methods are not miracles. Miracles are supernatural acts that God does. We believe we're standing on miracle ground right now. We appreciate your help. We thank you for what you're going to do. And God bless you. I pray for you today. God bless you. May you be whole, healed, and prosperous. Check out pictures online, Facebook. You'll see pictures of the whole property. If you have any questions, call the church office. You can always email us. We love you. From my family to yours, God bless you. We'll see you soon. We'll update you on the miracle. Bye-bye now.